Hi, Kath Gavin here. Last week I studied 2 Timothy chapter 4 and I just wanted to share my notes with you. In verse 2, Timothy is encouraged by Paul to preach the word, be instant, in season and out of season. Instant means there should be an urgency when it comes to preaching the word. In season and out of season means Timothy should preach when there's opportunity, and when there's no opportunity, he should make one. Verses 3 and 4 explain the reason for this urgency. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. A fable is that which is fabricated by the mind, sometimes for the purpose of deceiving others. 2 Peter 1:16, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables. The book of Titus mentions Jewish fables. Titus 1:14, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Hence the fables mentioned in 2 Timothy are probably those fabricated by Jewish teachers. There are many false teachers in the world, but there are many more who seek them out. Yes, some teach that gain is godliness, but how many sin-laden people flock to listen to them, thus promote the false teacher to fame? Hence, those with itching ears are just as guilty as the fable makers. 1 Timothy 6:3 tells us that sound doctrine is according to godliness. And verse 6 of the same chapter says that godliness with contentment is great gain. Yet many would rather hear that gain is godliness than godliness is gain. In verse 5, Paul continues his instruction to Timothy. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Watch means to be sober, calm and collected in spirit, dispassionate and circumspect. Make full proof of thy ministry means to thoroughly accomplish and fulfill to the utmost. In verses 6, 7 and 8, Paul mentioned that his martyrdom at the hands of Roman Emperor Nero was looming. However, he had fought a good fight, finished the course and kept the faith. Paul made full proof of his ministry. Furthermore, he fought a good fight, meaning he played by the rules, thus was worthy to receive the victor's crown. In verses 9 to 13 and 21, Paul asks Timothy to visit him in prison, from where he wrote this epistle. In verses 16 and 17, Paul describes his experience in court whilst giving a speech in defense of himself. No man stood with me, but all men forsook me. Notwithstanding, the Lord stood with me and strengthened me. When no man stands with you, what do you have? Confidence in your relationship with God? I'm reminded of Galatians 1 verses 10 to 16, in which Paul boldly stated that he was not a man-pleaser, but a servant of God. The gospel that he preached was not of man, neither did he receive it from man. He received it by revelation, when God revealed his Son in him, that he might preach him among the heathen. Furthermore, in receiving this revelation, he conferred not with flesh and blood. Paul was confident that he knew God and God knew him. He was also confident that God had given him a message to preach and commissioned him to preach it, even when others forsook him. I am personally inspired and encouraged by Paul's boldness and confidence in the Lord, and I hope you're encouraged by him too. Have a wonderful week. God bless.